Hello. I'd like to introduce Trudy Gill of Trudy Gill Leadership, and today we're going to be talking about middle managers. Hi, Trudy.
Hello, Marie. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. So tell me a little bit about why you're so passionate about middle managers.
When I think about middle managers, I think about the time when, this is where it comes from me, that I was promoted and given positions, and then people fussed at me because I wasn't doing it exactly right. And I remember when I was one of those middle managers in my younger days, and an older gal that was a friend and a mentor to me, she came to me and she said, Trudy, she said, you realize that the way you're talking to people, you are talking down to them as if you're younger than half of them. So it really drew me up short, thinking, okay, so just because I have this position, what does that mean? Years later, fast forward, going through lots of management and lots of leadership development, now going back into organizations after my restaurant career, I am finding the same thing still going on, still happening, where you have somebody that's absolutely outstanding. They have so much potential. They do their jobs really well. They're very loyal to the company. And their boss, their supervisor, their VP, their plant manager, whoever that may be, promotes them. They flounder, and they are everybody, not just them, but everybody's frustrated. What went wrong?
Why do you think it is that we tend to see this happen all the time, where people get promoted because they've done such a great job, but then they're not given the tools that they need for the new job?
I think there's a lot of assumptions made. I think that people think that leadership development is touchy-feely. I think also, too, I'm a member of the John Maxwell team, and one of the things that John says all the time is that he asks the question, people ask it all the time, are you born with leadership skills or can you cultivate them? And I'm a firm believer that I think everybody can cultivate them, and even if you are a natural-born leader, I feel like there's still always room for improvement. But we build our country, we build our businesses on concrete items. So in other words, you're a concrete worker. You know how to work. You do it really, really well. So I want you to help me. But they don't connect the dots between leadership skills, managing people, and actually doing the hardcore work. Mm-hmm. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, so it's that connection between I learn a trade, I learn a skill to be successful in the first job. Sure. And then all of a sudden it's assumed that I'm just going to be able to lead people because I don't need a skill, when in actuality what you're saying is there's skills involved. There's things that I need to learn in order to be a good leader. It's not just this magical thing that's going to happen that I'm just going to be a good leader.
Absolutely. And I know that in my restaurant world, I had to learn who could do that. I had one gal that was absolutely outstanding at cooking. She really was. And sometimes I kind of avoided her a little bit because she was very opinionated and everything. But let me tell you, I could put a new person in that kitchen with her and she would train them specifically. I mean, she explained them in detail. She explained the process. She really had an affinity for connecting with them and explaining the whole process. Now, another young man who ended up being my assistant manager, he would look at me and say, Miss Trudy, I'll help you with anything else, but I really don't like to train. He said, I don't have the patience to teach them that step by step. Let Melissa do it. She's got it. She's got the bigger picture. She's patient, and people know what they're doing when she's done training them. So, coming back to that too, I think managers, supervisors, whoever, when we have those people coming up, all they're thinking about is, oh my gosh, there's so much more time I've got to take to train them. Oh, that's going to be a cost of, a whole bunch of cost of money. So Marie comes on, you're going to join my team. I've got to have Susie over here train you. Susie's productivity goes down because she's helping you. Here's the money that we're spending because, new hires cost 3 times the amount, that we pay them. So I think we get caught up in the cost of it, how much time it's going to take, and not the reality that we cannot afford not to take the time to train. And that's what I'm also finding. When we don't take the time to train, then for the lack of a better word, we're caught with our pants down because all of a sudden we're busy or somebody quits and all of a sudden there's a panic that sets in. We don't have a leader to fill that spot. We didn't train anybody. I mean, we assume that they're going to be there for a long, long time, and then we don't have anybody.
Yeah, it's almost that. So my husband has this saying that he says all the time. It's jumping over dollars to get to dimes.
Yeah,
So it's that
that is
short-term
perfect.
think. Yeah, it really is.
That is perfect.
He comes up with some good ones. It's that short-term thinking around, well, it's costing me money now to train someone or to develop someone. And instead of really realizing that the money that I'm spending now is really an investment for the future, because the future I will have those skills in my workplace. I'll have those people that have those skills, and I won't have to struggle if something happens or if they leave.
I also think that managers and leaders, when they promote people, they think also too that their newly promoted people are going to get the skills and get the training that they need through osmosis.
Mm.
Okay, just kind of watch me. You'll get it. You'll figure it out. You're really good friends with so and so and so and so. When in reality, being good friends with their peers and with their team actually hinders them. And so when we teach this class about peer yesterday, leader today, we talk about that. I need credibility. I respected you for what you did as a worker, but now you're my manager, you're my boss. So how are you going to treat me? What credibility do you have to be my manager, to be my boss? I've written a series, it started a series, and it's called The Resistant Leader. And it also comes back to these people in the middle. And there are so many of them that, again, they don't even know what they need to know to even ask the questions.
Mm.
Am I floundering? Why am I frustrated? They don't have a clue. And when I sit down and start coaching them, like, well, why do you want me to list everybody's names? Why do you want me to tell you something personal about them? I don't understand how. Well, why can't I just tell them what to do? Well, they're not getting results, so we have to find a different way. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results.
It's true.
It is. So what can I say?
Yeah. And